I coded for at least 30 minutes every day for 30 days because I wanted to learn how to code and also build a habit of coding. Now, before I get into why I decided to learn coding and how I learned coding, let's start with my first experience with coding. My first experience with coding was during my 11th and 12th, which is high school, where I had to choose between optional subjects which were sociology, informational practices or IP, physical education, and maths. I didn't choose sociology because I didn't see a reason. I didn't choose maths because I didn't have Stockholm syndrome. I was someone who was really into sports at the time, so I definitely didn't choose physical education, but I chose IP because apparently it was the most easiest to score marks in. I remember learning MySQL, HTML, Java, and a bunch of other stuffs. At the time, my thought process was I had taken up commerce subjects and I intended to go for work in accounting, finance, marketing fields. So, why would I ever need coding, right? So, it was just learn, remember for exam, and forget. And most importantly, get good marks because I didn't want to get ostracized. Although I had learned coding at the time, when I started now, I didn't know any bit of it. I had to start from zero. Now, why did I decide to learn coding? Well, there are multiple reasons for it. Number one, I want to build digital businesses or internet based businesses, so knowing how to code will definitely help. Number two, if I know coding, I'll be able to execute on my ideas much faster. I can convert my ideas into working prototypes and products and experiment it and see what's working, what's not working. I can do the process much faster. And I don't have to depend on an external programmer. It'll actually save me time and money. Number three is that coding is a skill that is in demand now and will be in demand in the future as well. So if you take a look around, everything is going through technologification and every institution is being tech dependent. Every item is being embedded into tech. A lot of the jobs are going to be automated by AI and code. So being someone who knows how to code is definitely going to help in some way. Number four is that if I know how to code, I'll be able to build applications and algorithms that I can use to automate boring tasks that I otherwise would have dreaded to do. And I can also use the skill to build Twitter bots and trading bots. Now, how did I learn coding? Well, there are a lot of coding languages and I chose to start with Python because from what I've heard, Python is one of the easiest languages to learn. And obviously I didn't want to start with something which was really complex and hard to understand, and I didn't want to frustrate myself and start to hate coding in the beginning itself. I started learning from Udemy. I actually tried few different courses, but I didn't find them to be really understandable. Nothing against Udemy, it's just that the courses I had taken up weren't suited for me. So then I moved to the biggest tech platform in the world, which is YouTube. I watched a video from this channel called Code with Harry. He had uploaded an almost 12-hour video course which was a Python for beginners. So then he used to explain and demonstrate how each code works, and then I used to try out on my own and write notes. I even had a dedicated notebook for it. And after each chapter, he would give us a test and I would try out to come up with a solution. If I can't find a solution, I would check what the answer was. If there was a concept that I wouldn't understand from Code with Harry, I would go to this channel called Telesco. If I still wouldn't understand the concept, I would go to this forum called Geeks for Geek. If I still wouldn't understand, I would call up my cousin. I think I might have tested his patience by asking him so many dumb questions, but he was very patient, he was very cooperative and helpful, which was really nice of him. I know that there are a lot of people who know how to code, and I'll be just one of them. A lot of the people will be so much better than me as they would have spent more time in this field, and some of them might be more talented than me. So the question is, what gives me a unique advantage over them? Or how am I going to differentiate from the rest? I don't want to be someone who knows only how to code. I don't want coding to be the main part of my life. I don't intend to go for coding related work for the rest of my life. I want to be someone who knows how to code, who knows psychology, who knows neuroscience, who knows economics, who knows investing, who knows design, and a bunch of other stuffs. There will be a lot of people who know psychology. There will be a lot of people who know how to code. There will be a lot of people who know how to design well. But there will be very few people who will know how to do all these, or who will have knowledge from all these fields. And I want to be one of them. I want to combine all these skills and create something which other people cannot create. I want to provide a unique value which other people cannot provide. Now that I've started to learn how to code, one thought that came up to me was, is coding an expiring skill? A lot of the skills that were relevant 50 years back are not relevant today, and a lot of the skills that are relevant now will be irrelevant 50 or 20 years later. So, will coding be one of them? In my opinion, I don't think so. In the 1960s and 70s, if you wanted to operate a computer, it was a very complex task. Sometimes you needed to know how to code if you wanted to operate a computer. But today, even a 3-year-old kid knows how to open YouTube and watch videos. If you wanted to create a website or an app, there was no way to create one if you didn't know coding. But today, thanks to WordPress and Andromo, you can create fully functioning, responsive websites and apps without even writing a single line of code. So as time passes by and technology improves, everything that seems complex and requires hardcore coding skills now will be easier to create in the future without any single line of code. But there'll be far more technological advancements. There'll be far more complex technological fields that will require coding skills. I mean, look at now, although you can create websites and applications, you still need to know how to code if you want to build blockchain protocols. You still need coding skills if you want to be a data scientist. So, as long as there will be technology and there will be advancements in technology, coding will always be a relevant skill. That's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next with something new.